While Sudan is experiencing uncertainty as fighting continues in the capital Khartoum and parts of the country's north. The European Union has called for a cessation of hostilities and a de-escalation of tensions in Sudan on Monday as deadly fighting between the army and the paramilitary rapid support forces continued. Well, Kisanyabwa tells us more.
Thick smoke rose in Khartoum as clashes between Sudan's army and the country's main paramilitary unit, the Rapid Support Forces group, continued. Since Saturday, air raids, artillery fire, street fighting with automatic rifles or heavy machine guns have left no respite for the residents of Khartoum. The fighting is concentrated in the capital and in Darfur, in the west of the country. Many residents sought refuge indoors as the crisis unfolded outside.
We're fine. We're safe. The power has been out. That was something. You know, it's like, I don't even know what it is anymore. Is it a rocket-propelled grenade? Is that a military strike? I don't even know. But we're good. We keep in touch with family via text, via very short phone calls just to check in on each other. But Alhamdulillah, we're fine. Yesterday we learned that a co-worker was killed. Albert Augustine, an Indian citizen, was killed. We worked in the same place.
Between lulls in the attacks, a section of the members of the public could be seen wandering down the streets. They say they had fled on foot after encountering roadblocks manned by Sudan's army. Later in the day, explosions could also be heard at the Khartoum International Airport. Both sides claimed they made gains on Monday. The fighting erupted on Saturday between army units loyal to General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, head of Sudan's Transitional Governing Sovereign Council, and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces led by General Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, also known as Hemedti. The two sides remained locked in a nationwide power struggle, even as the Central Committee of Sudanese Doctors reported that at least 97 civilians and 45 soldiers had been killed, with over 940 injured since the fighting started at the weekend. The government has not published an official toll in the fighting. On Sunday, the African Union called on the forces of the two generals in charge of Sudan to protect civilians. The European Union Commission added its voice, calling for a cessation of hostilities.
All efforts are welcome to seek ways to support dialogue and mediation, return to civilian-led transition. And of course, we call on external actors to refrain from interfering.
As the crisis continued, locals reported that they were running low on essential supplies of food and water and were in some instances without electricity. The two generals agreed to a 3-hour pause on Sunday to allow for humanitarian evacuations proposed by the United Nations, but the deal was widely ignored after a brief period of relative calm. Bulkisanyabwa, CGTN.